are you?
Hi.
My name's Kelly. I'm going to be your recreation therapist today. Okay? Sound good? Okay. So today we're going to talk about leisure education. Do you know what leisure education is? No? Well, today we're going to help you find out. We're going to start off by doing a small assessment that I'm going to help you do together, and it's called the Leisure Interest Measure. Okay? So we're going to start off. I'll briefly explain it to you. Never true.
Never true.
2, it's seldom true.
Seldom true.
3, somewhat true.
Somewhat true.
4, often true.
Often true.
5, always true.
Always true.
Do you understand? Yeah? Okay. So do you want to read number 1 for me?
I like to read in my free time.
So you like to read in your free time.
No.
Would you say that's never true?
No.
Seldom true?
Never true.
Never true? Okay, so we're going to put a 1. Do you want to read the second one for me?
I prefer being outdoors.
Would you say that's, you would say that's always true.
Yes.
So 5 is always true. We'll put a 5. Go ahead and read number 3.
I like to work with materials, metal or wood, in my leisure time.
Do you like
I
to
don't
work
know.
with wood? Do you like doing woodworking? Do you like to carve things? Or would you like to work with metal? Maybe making some jewelry? Would you say
Sometimes.
that's so somewhat true?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put it 3. Go ahead and read number 4.
I like to be original in my leisure activities.
So do you like to make your own activities up?
Copy.
You like to copy them? So would you say that's never true?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put a 1. Okay, go ahead on to the next one.
I appreciate cultural arts.
Do you like plays?
No.
How about music?
Yes.
How about crafts?
Sometimes.
Okay, so why don't we say that's somewhat true?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put a 3. Want to read number 6?
I am committed to serve as a volunteer worker in one or more service organizations or activities.
So have you ever volunteered before? Maybe went to your local church, helped out with
One
baking?
time. One time at church.
One time at church?
One time.
Okay, so would you like to do more of that? Maybe you could find a friend and you could go help out at a community outing, say a run or a bike. You guys could volunteer together.
I don't know.
Okay, so we'll put that's seldom true, because you've done it once.
Once.
Go ahead and read the next one.
I prefer competitive physical activities. Yes.
You like to play competitive
Win.
sports? You
I
like
like
to
to
win.
win.
You like to win. What are some sports you like to play?
I am good at basketball.
You like basketball. Okay.
I can beat you.
Oh, you can beat me. Okay. Go ahead. Read the next one.
I use my leisure as a chance to meet new, different people.
So when you play basketball, do you play with different people?
Yes.
Yes? Okay, so that's always true, right? Okay, go ahead on to the next one.
I like the fresh air of outdoor settings. Yes.
Is that often true or always true? Do you like to be inside sometimes if it's cold? Okay, often true? Okay, go ahead and read the next one.
I often use tools in my leisure activities.
Do you like to build things?
Legos.
You like Legos? Okay, we can consider those tools. So, do you play with Legos often or not so much?
Before Mom yells at me for dinner.
Okay, so we would say maybe that's seldom true. Right? You play with Legos sometimes.
Yes.
Go ahead, you want to read the next one?
I like to create artistic designs in my leisure time.
Do you like to draw?
No.
What about coloring?
No.
So you don't feel very artistic?
No.
You don't like crafts?
No.
Okay, well maybe we can work on that. So we'll put that as number 2.
No.
Okay. I prefer to engage in cultural activities such as going to plays, lectures, or visiting museums. You like doing anything like that?
Lego museum.
You've gone to a Lego museum. I bet you that was cool. So let's say somewhat true?
Yes.
Okay. You want to read the next one for me?
No.
Okay, I'll finish it. I often participate in service activities in my leisure time. So you said you volunteered before, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so when you're participating in activities, you're doing a service. You're helping the community, right?
Help.
So we'll go with the same number that you use for volunteering. So
Yes.
we'll do it 2. The next one says, I prefer activities which require a high degree of physical activity. So you like basketball, right?
Yes.
So that's pretty
I like
physical.
to win.
You like to win, but I'm sure you do a lot of physical activity when playing basketball, right?
I run fast.
Okay. I use my leisures to develop close relationship with others. So you have close friends that you play basketball with?
No.
No.
They're mean.
They're mean. Well, that's not very good. What about some other leisure interests you have? Do you like going to the beach?
It's hot.
It's hot. Do you go to the beach with any of your friends?
No.
Maybe when it cools down?
No.
Okay, you go with your mom? We can work on our friendship, so we'll say that's number 2. I prefer leisure activities which outdoor environments, so you like to be outside.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say that's always true. I like repairing or building things in my leisure time.
Legos.
You like Legos? Okay, so we can build things. That's often true. I prefer leisure activities which require creativity. You said you like to build things. You're pretty creative then if you like to build things with Legos. Is that true?
There's a map.
A map? Is that a guide that you follow?
Yes.
That helps you build them? Okay. Well, you're still pretty creative with the colors you pick, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll say that's somewhat true. You like to observe local and national cultural events. Have you ever gone out to a play or to see a movie or see a concert? Maybe with your parents?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So you've gone out in the community. Say that's somewhat true. I regularly contribute time to service organizations or activities. You said you volunteer, correct?
At church.
At church? Okay.
Once.
Once? Well, maybe we can make that a regular thing, get some social interaction. So we'll say that's seldom true. I prefer physically oriented activities such as sports.
Yes.
Yes, 100%. You like basketball, right?
I can win.
Okay, you can win at basketball. I prefer to engage in leisure activities which require social interaction.
They're mean.
You don't like people that you play basketball with, so you prefer not to have social interaction? You like being on your own?
Yes.
Okay. I prefer to engage in leisure activities which take place in an outdoor environment.
Outdoor.
Outdoor, you like being outdoors?
Yes.
Okay. I like to work with mechanical devices in my leisure time. Does any of that interest you? Cars or
Lego car.
a Lego car? Okay. We can work on that. We'll say that's seldom true. I like leisure activities which help me explore new ideas. Do you think some of the activities you do spark new interests?
No.
No? Okay, so we'll say that's not true. I have a strong attraction to cultural arts. Plays, music,
Music.
movies. You like music? Okay. So maybe we can open you up to some new cultural music. Okay, that's somewhat true. I prefer to be of service of others in my leisure time. Back to volunteering. Would you like to volunteer more? Would you like to help out more in the community?
Help mom.
Help mom? Okay. So we'll say it too, because you're helping your mom out. I like leisure activities which require a physical challenge.
Basketball.
Basketball. Okay, cool. I prefer leisure activities which help develop friendships.
I mean,
You don't want to learn to develop friendships with people you play basketball with?
I'm nice.
You're nice? Okay, we'll have to find you some nice people to play basketball with. So we'll
Yes.
work on that. Okay. So now that we did an assessment, I found some things that maybe you would like to do, and we'll create a schedule based on the resources I have here. Okay?
Schedule.
Now you want to go ahead and write your name at the top and write Ellen's schedule. Go ahead and write it at the top. Need some help?
No.
Okay. Y'all done?
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. Now with your schedule, what we're going to do, this is a piece of Velcro, okay? So all these pieces that I'm going to give to you will stick on this Velcro so we can hang it up. So after you complete a leisure activity, you can check it off. Like the way that feels?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. So let's make you a schedule. So when you get up in the morning, what would you like to do out of these options? Yeah, watch a TV show, watch YouTube videos, go for a walk in the park. You want to play in the game room.
Yes.
That's what you want to do first. Okay. Do that first. Okay. You want to pick another one after you go in the game room? Let's eat a snack. You want to eat a snack? Okay, go ahead. Breakfast. All right. What do you want to do after breakfast? What about do some sidewalk shopping? I bet you it's nice out in the afternoon. What about take your dog on a walk?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. That sounds good. We'll put that right on up here. Then after you take your dog on a walk, what would you like to do? Maybe some arts and crafts? Maybe go, yeah, swimming at the pool? That's what I thought. Okay.
Splash you.
Yeah, splash me. Okay. So after you swim in the pool and you dry off, what would you like to do? Chick-fil-A? Is that what you want for dinner?
Number one.
You want to go for Chick-fil-A? Get number one?
Sandwich.
Number one? Okay, I like Chick-fil-A too. So after you go to Chick-fil-A, what else would you like to do? Arts and crafts, watch a TV show. Okay,
Star
watch a
Wars.
TV show. You want to watch Star
Movie.
Wars. You want to watch a movie.
A Star Wars movie.
Okay, a Star Wars movie? Okay, so let's pick one more activity that you do after you eat dinner and you watch Star Wars. It's getting a little dark outside, so we got to make sure we wrap up our day. So you want to go on a bike ride, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Helmet.
You need a helmet?
Mhm.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay. So here are some other resources you have available to you. Maybe another day. We can play with the hose. We can walk in the park. We can do arts and crafts. We can do sidewalk chalk. We can go on a neighborhood walk. We can watch YouTube videos. We can go to the beach. So do you want to read off your schedule to me tomorrow? Gonna go in the game room, right?
Games. Snack.
You want to take them off? So we're going to go in the game room. That's me checked off. What about the next one?
Eat a snack.
Okay. What's the next one?
Walk bed.
Okay. And then what? Then what?
Don't splash mom.
Don't splash mom? Okay.
Number 1, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A? Okay.
Star Wars movie.
Okay.
Bike. Helmet.
Okay. So do you feel a little bit more knowledgeable now that you have all these resources available to you?
Yes.
Yes? So maybe you understand leisure education a little bit more, right?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe anytime you come home, you have this bag of resources that you can pick from to make your schedule. And that can help you identify things that you want to do every day, or when a babysitter comes over, when your family comes over. And that way, once you finish them, you can take them off the list, so you feel accomplished, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's it for our session today, but I'm going to give this to you, and you can take it home. You can use it at home, and use what you learned.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
Good.
Good? Okay. So this is yours to keep, okay? And this as well. Alrighty. Thank you.